What's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to find out whether or not EA thinks the Devils are going to make the playoffs next year. Obviously, had the first overall pick, took Jack Hughes, then they followed that up with a huge trade, getting PK Subban. So, pretty good offseason for them so far. So, we're going to find out whether or not the moves they made this summer is enough to get them back into the playoffs. I'm looking at Taylor Hall here. I feel like if they don't make the playoffs again, he's probably walking as a free agent, but if they do make it back in the playoffs, maybe he resigns. So, I feel like this is a very pivotal year for them. So, I'm going to show you what the lines are looking like here. Like I said, sim through the first year, so this is the start of the 2019-2020 season. Taylor Hall's up to a 92 overall now. I think he put up like 90 points last year. I did do the switch where you have offsides and icing turned off, so you have more scoring as well. Penalties are maxed out. His share as well had a ton of growth, now at 87, so definitely like a first-line center. Palmieri's there on the right wing on that first line. And next year I decided to take matters into my own hands a bit. I signed Thomas Vanek. I noticed that the Devils could use like a 12th forward, and looking at the forwards who are still free agents in real life, you got Ryan Dzingel, who's the best forward available, so probably not going to go with the Devils. Even though they have a ton of money, there are better teams that can afford him. After that, I feel like Williams goes to the Hurricanes, retires. Same with Thornton and Marlowe, either Sharks or retiring. So after that, it's Vanek. Palmville's close, but I feel like Vanek's a bit better. And I feel like they could probably get him at a decent price and hopefully be willing to go to the Devils. So I think him paired up here with Jack Hughes would be a really good combo, as Vanek obviously a bit slower now, but still has a very good shot. And if you guys don't know, Hughes is a sick playmaker. So you can see there, 2019, first overall pick by the Devils, 90 passing and puck control, good speed, 88 speed, 89 excellent agility. Shot there is actually pretty decent. Defense, not too bad. Physical is definitely like his worst spot, but second line center there with Vanek as well as Bratt on his other wing, I think should have a pretty good rookie season. Third line here, we got Miles Wood playing with Zajac and Simmons. Made sure to sign him 1 year there at $5 million. Fourth line, John Hayden, they also trade for this summer. I thought that was a really nice trade, actually. He actually went up from a 77 to 79. Playing him there with Coleman and Zaka. Unfortunately, Zaka didn't grow at all. Fourth line, probably not going to grow much, but Wood's better than Bratt. There's really nowhere for him. So defense, I really like their decor right now. So you got Severson and Subban on the top pair. Subban actually went up by 1 to 89. And I think Severson might have also went up 1. I think he might have been 84 last year. Butcher, Vatanen there on the second pair. And then Carrick and Mueller on the bottom pair. Carrick there up to an 81. So like I said, solid decor. Scratched actually is Andy Green, the captain of this team, but he's 78, so he doesn't make the top 6. In goal here, we got Schneider. He's actually up 1 to an 83, and then Blackwood's up 3 to an 82. So I feel like Schneider, he's been shaky, but if Blackwood is a lot better next year, which I think he will be, he's a good young goalie. They split games, each play about 40. That's what we're going to do in this sim. Hopefully it'll work out for them. And next I'll show you guys the special teams. So first power play unit's just our starting lineup, but Butcher's subbed in for Severson. And then the second unit there, I think, is just like the second line for Ford and D. Now Hughes, you can see starting that second power play unit. Also have him on the 4-man power play, again, the second unit. So hopefully he's getting a good amount of ice time there. Subban's actually playing every special team, so both power plays as well as both penalty kills. And he's on our top D pair, so definitely, going to be leaning heavily on him. Compared to Florida here, same offense, same defense, 3 less goaltending. So we'll find out here whether or not these moves are enough for the Devils. Hopefully they can get back in, because at the end of this too, I'm going to see whether or not Hall wants to re-sign with us. And for the sake of all the Devils fans out there, I hope he says yes.
A few moments later.
So we're at the trade deadline now, guys. We actually have a pretty good record, 28, 21, and 14. 14 overtime losses. 2/3 of the way through the season is kind of insane. So what is that? I think 56 plus 14 is that 70 points right on. And it is. And it looks like we're tied with Columbus there for the 3rd spot in the Metro. The 2 wildcard spots are both in the Atlantic, Tampa, and Montreal. Taylor Hall, 67 points in 63 games, so clearly turning off the offsides and icing definitely works. Now, one thing I actually wanted to do, guys, I forgot. Team status there is hopeful. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but I want to show you what all of our new Devil players look like. If you missed the Subban trade sim video, I'll show you guys that right now. I feel like Subban definitely looks pretty good. As a Devil, kind of got used to him being a Predator, especially with him being on the cover of NHL 19. It doesn't look too bad there. Also, too, I actually gave him an A along with Taylor Hall, and because Andy Green scrapped, I think I gave a C to Zajac. I believe he's like the longest standing Devil of the guys that are actually playing. Severson there is up to an 86, so that's pretty cool. Simmons here, I'll take a look. I don't think there's been like any artwork or anything of him in the Devils jersey. I don't think I've seen him wear one yet. So Simmons doesn't look too bad either. Obviously, both him and Subban coming over from Nashville, so we'll see if they can play well together. Jack Hughes also up to an 82, so I actually did change his player up a bit, but not the face. I did like the hair. You don't see it here. He's wearing a helmet. But if we were to somehow win the Stanley Cup, you would notice it in the Stanley Cup celebration. Next year, I'll actually show you guys what Zajac looks like. Rare in the sea. I saw Zajac's game face. You guys can be the judge here. I don't think it's too great. There's Travis Zajac. I don't know. I don't think that really looks like Zajac, but as you can see, he's got the C on. So I'll spend the last month and a half here. Hopefully, I can keep playing well. If this team actually gets in the playoffs, that'd be pretty cool. And like I mentioned earlier, if we do make the playoffs, hopefully, we can go on a bit of a run here and help convince Hall to resign. So we're at the end of the season here, and we finished with a very good record, 42, 25, and 15. After the deadline in February, had an insane win streak. Starting here with the Capitals. What did we win there? 7, 8, 9, 10 straight games, I think. So that definitely, is going to help us in making the playoffs. We have 97 points, so we should be good. Even if it's a wild card spot, we should be in. Or sorry, we have 99 points. I can't do math. And we actually won the division. Beat out Pittsburgh by a point, so that's crazy. Hull there also had 99 points. Look at that. So Hull and the team, one shy there of 100. Not too bad. I didn't think we were going to be winning the division at all. I thought we were just going to be like second or third. So Hull puts up 99 points. His best season ever. Sorry, that's awesome. Hischier 91. Vanek went off 71 points. Wow. He actually had more assists than goals. Hughes had 70 points his rookie year. That would be sick. Still only an 82, and that's in 15 minutes of ice time. I mean, the kid's sick. Bratt there, 63 is really good. Subban, 62. Palmieri, 56. And he's on the first line there with Hall and Hischier. So, I don't know. I guess that's kind of good, though. Spread it out a bit. You got those two on the first line, Vanek and Hughes. Clearly, that is a dynamic duo. Cheryl, if you're watching this, go sign Thomas Vanek, I guess. Everyone else there looks to have done decent. Miles Wood maybe hope for a bit more than 25. Zach a bit more than 18. But, they're playing less minutes, so it makes sense. So goaltending, I'm curious to see how this went. So Schneider, 26 and 17. 11 OT losses for him. Only 2 shutouts, a .907, 3.26, and Blackwood, .904 and 3.32. So, the goalie stats aren't the greatest. Now, I'm guessing league scoring's up, across the league, but still, you'd hope for at least like a .91, .92 would be solid, and you'd hope for less than 3 goals against. Pretty high there, so clearly we scored a lot, but also got scored on a lot. We'll have to check, our total goals for, goals against. Also here, I want to see actually who led the league in scoring. I feel like Hall 99, he's got to be close here to Yart Ross, I'd assume. Pastrnak, 111. Kane, 110, 64 goals. That's insane. Crosby, Bergeron, Forsberg, DeBrincat, Malkin. Okay, guys, we're just putting up points. Pacioretty, 102. A very high scoring year. Ovi, 99, 50 goals. I can't believe Kane put up 64. Malkin, Marchand. So, I don't know, quite a high scoring year there. That's nuts. Kessel, 95 there. Playing for the Coyotes. So, pretty cool to see. Well, how many guys had 100 plus points again? I think it was like 8 or something. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 guys, 100 plus points. I'm not sure what it actually was this year in real life, but it's quite a bit. So I just checked, guys. This past season, 6 guys had 100 plus points. So even higher scoring year in 2019, 2020. At least that's what EA predicts. We'll see. I still can't believe we won the division. We did not win the conference, though, which is fine. Dallas there, 112. We actually finished 5th in the league, though. So huge year for us. Florida does quite well there, 102. Sharks pretty high. Colorado. Coyotes make it in. Columbus makes it in. Vegas. Chicago has the 19th. Squeaks in there with 87 points. That's pretty crazy. Last in the league. The New York Islanders, 69 points. That sucks. I was saying, too, I actually want to see goals for here. We had to be pretty high, right? Like, we had quite a few guys. So, what is that? 5, 6. We are 8th in goals for. And then goals against. Ooh, goals against, we were 6th. So, scored a lot. Also got scored on a lot. Hopefully, goaltending there can be a bit better for the Devils in real life. But still, the main thing was making the playoffs. We won the division. Can't be upset. Alright, guys, so in the first round of the playoffs here, up against the Buffalo Sabres. On their first line, there's the same, but all those guys have gone up in rating. Skinner's an 88. Makes a lot more sense when he's making $9 million. So, I think he starts at 85. Must have had a couple good years. Brought back Palmville. Trade for Perlini. Signed Maroon. Currently, they got Kakko, actually, 2nd overall. And then, obviously, they have Jimmy Vesey there from the trade. Dahlin and Ristolainen, a sick top pair. Ristolainen's up to a 90. Montour, Yoki Harju, Pillett, Bogosian, goalies here. So they still have Hutt, and he's an 88 now. Are you kidding me? Neuber's the backup. Let me check his stats here. So last year he had .922 or .922, 2.78, and that was enough to go up to an 88. That seems a bit ridiculous. I don't know about that one. Like sometimes you just have these average goalies put together. Usually like good, better years than that, and they'll go up in rating. But that's kind of surprising. So we'll see what happens here. First round against Buffalo again. Would love to get Taylor Hall a playoff series win, but this Buffalo Sabres team's pretty sick. Here we go. We actually have home series advantage or home ice advantage. Win the first 2 in New Jersey. Lose there to Buffalo. Win though in the game 4, so we have to just win one of the next 3. So far 2 OT wins as well. And there we go. So beat Buffalo in 5. Finally, Taylor Hall gets a playoff series win. And in the second round here, guys, we're up against the Blue Jackets. As you can see here, they still have Panarin. What I actually did was I re-signed any player that stayed with their team. So Anders Lee, for instance, I had that extension for him. But a player that went to UFA, I still let go to UFA because in real life, Panarin, played last season for the Blue Jackets. Makes sense for him to play that season in game. If they lose him to UFA, they do. If they keep him in this, they keep him. Kind of, I felt a bit more fair. Dubois up to a 90. Actually curious, what's Panarin making? 7 million. So in real life, he made an extra 4.5. Borkstrand there's up to an 84. They got Aberg second line for some reason. Milano, Koivu, Anderson all higher rated. Foligno, Nash, Jenner. Let's see what Renski get paid. Right now he's an RFA. 5.3. I feel like he's gonna get around 5.5. For some reason they have Jones there on the second pair instead. I would just go top heavy. Renski and Jones. Again, so Murray here you can see I extended 4.6 for 2 years. Carlson, Savard, bottom pair. Bobrovsky they still have. Korpisalo, they're backing him up. So in this, they keep both those guys. They do lose Duchesne though and to Zingle. So it's going to be tough here. Hall's got 7 points right now through 5 games in the playoffs. We'll see what happens, I guess. The Blue Jackets team looked pretty good. I would say better than our team, but I thought Buffalo honestly was probably better than our team too. We lose the first game, the second game, the third game. Oh no. Oh, we must have won the 4th because we won the 5th. Oh, okay. So it always like lags on the month, but we actually go out to Blue Jackets there in 6 games. Like I said, we made the playoffs. That was the main goal. We got a playoff series win even, so can't be too upset. And check this out, guys. The lottery results are in. New York Islanders there picking 1st overall, getting Alexis Lafreniere. Some rumors they might give an offer sheet to Mitch Marner, so shouldn't do that if they're gonna get 1st overall in 2020. It'd be pretty terrible. And check this out, guys. After this season, both Travis Zajac and Andy Green retire. So Green, of course, the current captain in real life, former captain in game. We gave the C to Zajac, and they both retired together. I feel like Zajac actually had a lot of money left on his contract, or so 1 more year there at 5.7. Definitely, if that happens in real life, would help out the Devils. Franz in there becomes a scout. That's pretty cool. So I'll send through the draft to the re-sign phase. I want to see how much Hall asks for and whether or not we can bring him back. Look at the bottom of the screen right now, guys. We have almost 40 million in cap space. If that's the case for the Devils in the summer of 2020, they're going to be able to sign Hall, 3 other guys worth $10 million. Like, that's nuts. I guess Hischer's going to get a big contract, so 2 other guys worth $10 million. Next summer is definitely going to be pretty crazy. A lot of big-name free agents, and a lot of teams are going to have a ton of money to spend. So right there you can see it does say Hall wants the extension, made the playoffs, won a playoff series. He's happy. $10.5 million for 7 years. I feel like it's going to be around that in real life. Maybe pushing 11. I think maybe it's probably a bit cheaper if he does stay with New Jersey. Obviously, we'll offer him that. Now, Hischer's been playing amazing. He's up to an 89. Only wants 6.2. What's kind of crazy is I actually think that's where his number is going to be around. Maybe even a bit cheaper. Obviously, it's a big year. It's a contract year for him. I guess after that, just Vanek, Vatanen, all like the other guys we re-signed. Also, I almost forgot to show you guys the awards. As you can see there, Boston Bruins are Stanley Cup champions. Hall was our playoff scoring leader, 13 points in 11 games. So he definitely, did his part. We'll take a look at the playoff tree. So it would have been Boston, Columbus. Boston beat them in 6. Before that, they took out Toronto again, first round in 5 though. Montreal in 6. Beat the Jets there in 7. I feel like the Jets, they just have such a good young core, even after losing Trouba and Myers. So they also won the President's Trophy. And Pasternak got the Art Ross. So they tore it up. Like we just mentioned, Pasternak there, he also gets the Hart. Klingberg, James Norris. Apparently he actually won it in the 18-19 sim. Next year you have DeBrincat winning the Lady Byng. Also just noticed he's on the Philadelphia Flyers. So a huge trade must have went down. We'll definitely have to go check Chicago and see, what Philly player they traded for. I think next is the Calder. Let's see if we got it. There we go. Jack Hughes. wins the Calder Trophy. That's the one we wanted. We wanted Hughes to get the Calder. I guess maybe after that, if Subban won the Norris, that'd be pretty cool. Like the two guys we're most focused on. But yeah, what do you have? 70 points his rookie year. He deserved it for sure. That's awesome to see, though. I'm so glad it happened. Rask gets Conn Smythe. Price, though, with the Vezina. Bishop, William M. Jennings. Charles Bill Masterton. Riley Selke. He seems to always get it. Ted Lindsay there to Pasternak. And then Kane Reese Richard. So, pretty cool year all in all. I really wanted the Calder for Hughes, so I'm glad we did that. The main thing I wanted was the Devils to make the playoffs. And then the other thing was Hughes get the Calder. So, I accomplished both of those. Also, we won a playoff series, I think. It's pretty good. So, I want to go check the Chicago Blackhawks right now. We got to see someone from the Flyers they must have traded for. Or maybe they just trade them for picks. They didn't have the cap space. I just looked through the entire Chicago Blackhawks roster. No idea what they traded to bring it for. And I just simmed to September, guys, to see if Hughes grew it all over the summer. And as you can see, he did go up by 1, now in 84. Roll there, second line forward. I want to show you this too, just all his other stats. I think his hands all went up by 1. Speed went up by a couple. Shots a lot better now, which makes sense. The dude had like 30 goals. Speaking of which, we'll show the stats there for Hughes' rookie season one last time. 70 points, 82 games. In the playoffs, 9 points in 11 games. So, not too bad for his rookie campaign. We'll see, whether or not he can actually match it now in real life. But that's going to be it, guys, for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do that. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.